guys, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to catch frogs. So now you may say, well, frogs, I would think they're easy to catch. Well, actually they're quite difficult because frogs jump far and some of them jump really fast. So I'm going to teach you guys the tips and tricks of how to catch frogs. Let's get into this video. Alright, so let's first start off by telling you how to look and find frogs. As you guys can hear, where I am, it's very loud, and they almost sound like ducks in the background. Well, actually, these are all wood frogs, and if you guys can see in the water behind me, there's a bunch of ripples. Each ripple is one or two frogs. Now I say one or two because it might be a female with a male hitching a ride on the back, trying to make some of those babies. But we don't know. Most likely it will be one, but there's also a very high chance that it will be two. But now that I'm here in spring, so spring is the best time to look for frogs because spring is frog breeding season. So you'll see all these guys, you'll hear them chirping. In this case, it's all wood frogs. Then you go out and find them. So wood frogs are a terrestrial species of frog, but they are also aquatic breeders. All frogs are aquatic breeders. So all frogs and toads are aquatic breeders, so they have to return to the water to lay eggs, which will turn into tadpoles, which will be aquatic until they turn into frogs. So, but what about when they're out of water and all that? So let me tell you guys about how to catch frogs, and we'll start with splitting them into three categories. We have the terrestrial frogs and toads, which would be wood frogs and toads. We then have the tree frogs, and then we have the aquatic frogs. So let's dive into the first category of terrestrial frogs. So I just went into the puddle and I call myself a wood frog to talk to you guys about catching terrestrial frogs. So now terrestrial frogs, like this wood frog here, even though he's in his aquatic time because he wants to make it to the babies. But these guys, we'll start with wood frogs. These guys are pretty good hoppers. I'm back. He hopped. They're pretty fast and they're pretty well camouflaged. So wood frogs, they actually really quickly disappear into their surroundings. Not me catching frogs in a catching video without showing it. But I'm going to tilt you guys down to see like this. And I'm going to let this guy go. So what you can do is for catching terrestrial frogs is two big options. You can, one, go with your hand and try and grab them. Let me see if this guy will start hopping away. Come on. Fear me. Of course now he won't. But if I leave him for a second, what you can do is you can do this option of trying to catch them with your hand. So you're going to want to get in front of them and then catch him like that. Or the second option, which is actually a lot easier, you can just put a net over them and then they're trapped. The third option is kind of a bit of both, where if they're hopping, put your net in front of them and they hop right in the net because they see it as a dark spot and they think they can hide there. But those are the really easy ways to catch terrestrial frogs. Toads are very similar other than the fact that they're a lot easier. Toads are nowhere near as fast as frogs or hop as far as frogs, so you easily could just walk up on a toad and grab it. Now he hopped away. So I'm going to tell you guys about how to catch aquatic frogs. Okay, so aquatic frogs are a little bit more difficult, or semi-aquatic frogs are the same. They'll often be on the edge of water, or they'll be in water. If they're on the edge of water, you can see them easier. And what you want to do is, you want to get your net out in front of them, so they'll hop into the net. But if they're in water and you already had them get away, because there's one right here, and if I turn it like this, and this, you guys can probably see him. I will look in the video and I will circle him. But what I can just do here is, because I can see him pretty clear, this water is really clear, I can walk up with my net, go under, pick up. Now usually you're going to have to grab a lot of leaf litter because they do like to hide in the leaf litter, but now I can dump all that out. I can sift through it, and of course, now I have myself a caught aquatic frog. Alright, so now let's hop into the third category of arboreal frogs. And I'll actually use a wood frog for this because I haven't found any arboreal frogs out here. Alright, so arboreal frogs. This is not going to be the best representation because I am using a wood frog because that's the only frog I have available. But the best time to catch them is actually... Can you just stay here on this branch, please? No, because you're a little too big. Let's see if I can do this. Stay. One more time. By the way, this is not hurting the frog. He does not have that far of a fall. Okay, I'm just gonna let him go. But anyhow, you don't actually want to catch him on a tree because that's the hardest way. Because he didn't actually go very far. But if they are on a tree, what you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to use your hand, and you want to cover the whole body so that they can't get out. Now this guy's trying to peek through the fingers, but you also don't want to squish them, so you have to be loose. But that also allows them to get away quicker. But the other time is actually when they're breeding. So when frogs are breeding, they're all aquatic frogs. They're all in the water, and they're trying to get away from you. So they will often just swim away. In which case you'll use your net and you'll scoop them up. So that's my tips and tricks on how to catch frogs. And if you guys liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if any of our friends ask, well, how do I catch frogs? Well, send them this video.